This is going to be a little film review from the Cowboys' Week 1 loss against the Eagles. Specifically, some plays on offense that I found interesting and may or may not point to the changes that we're going to see with Brian Schottenheimer calling this offense in 2025.
This is from the Cowboys' first drive of the game, and it does wind up being CeeDee Lamb's first target, and it's a big one. Watch how the subtle motion to the inside from Lamb here draws both of these defenders off their spots into bad leverage when the Eagles decide to walk this guy down late for a blitz. I'll let you watch the whole clip here so you can kind of get your bearings. Like I said, CeeDee's going to motion to the inside, draw those defenders in, a little wiggle in, a little wiggle out, separation, and it's a big play. Watch just how much, again, this very simple motion helps CeeDee Lamb out on this play. Because again, it's 3rd and 1. When CeeDee moves over here, if these defenders don't adjust accordingly, there's a very easy and an automatic first down for CeeDee to come right underneath 8 here on a little out, or just run a drag if 32 doesn't adjust. But since they have to do that, it gives CeeDee Lamb the opportunity to do what he does best and throw defenders off. At this point, 32 has no choice but to remain true to the center of the field and try and prevent an easy completion over the middle. Because of the great sell by Lamb here, number 8 is looking into the hole in coverage right there. But CeeDee puts a move on him, leaves him lost in the middle of the field, and makes a great play. Sure, could we have just ran CeeDee Lamb on a streak right into the defender, have him try to make a contested catch? Sure. Could we have attacked the whole shot in cover 3 here? Try and get CeeDee to outrun 32 over the middle of the field? Sure, totally. CeeDee can make those plays. But when you have the opportunity and the creativity to use a simple motion to create leverage for your best player, you should take it. And this is exactly what we did not see consistently in the Mike McCarthy era, and why I'm so excited for Brian Schottenheimer to be calling plays now. They will come back to the same concept, but dress it up to look different a little bit later in the game. It's another example of us using a pretty simple motion to get CeeDee Lamb better leverage. It also is a textbook example of another Mike McCarthy sin, which is not utilizing Kevontae Turpin properly. He's one of the fastest players in the league, and we take a page out of Mike McDaniel's notebook and send him across the formation to get a running start next to another receiving threat. Again, watch how the underneath and the over defender here have to react to this. The Eagles are kind of doing a little cover 4 look back here. I'll let you see the rep. Terp goes across the formation with a flying start. Ball's hiked. CeeDee stems in on a little crossing route. The ball should be out right there, but Cooper Beebe loses and Dak gets pressured. Even though the ball's late, it's still open. Watch how much this motion confuses the Eagles defense and helps CeeDee Lamb out. Right here, they have to shift everybody over and draw 33 off of press on CD. Now because number 8 here remembers just a few plays ago when CeeDee Lamb took his lunch money on a deep route, he has to respect that vertical route, and the results speak for themselves. And again, 33 has to respect the underneath route. 8, instead of biting inside, bites for the vertical, and there is no help to be had from these other deep defenders because of the confusion caused by Pickens and Turp being this close together. 27 has to take Turp. 34 has to take Pickens. I'm not super sure what 24 is doing out here. And again, this would be the good time for the ball to come out. Number 8's letting us know with his little pointer finger there. Unfortunately, Cooper Beebe did lose this rep. Dak actually does an awesome job getting outside of the pocket here, keeping the play alive and delivering the ball to CD. And it becomes a tighter window than it had to be because of that loss in pass protection. But it's just another example of Brian Schottenheimer using concepts that we're familiar with. Condensed formations, motion at the snap, and play action are not new ideas. And Brian Schottenheimer didn't invent any of them, but he's calling them in a more creative way than Mike McCarthy ever did. And we're finally seeing Cavante Turpin's speed get utilized. And like I told you, they come back to this several times throughout the game. I'll show you another one here. On this one, same story, different motion. I'm going to send Jalen Tolbert, who did not have a good game, by the way, out. Just kind of forced 33 to go out with him. Which means that CeeDee Lamb's not going to have an underneath defender to his inside shade. Despite this, number 8 is going to give him a very healthy cushion. Because again, he remembers that first drive where CeeDee took the top off. Watch the rep. There goes Tolbert. CeeDee's got the whole middle of the field available to him. He cuts it off. And once he reaches the other side, Dak's already delivered the ball. Look how open he is there. Great rack opportunity for CeeDee Lamb. Now, I do want to give some credit to the other side of the field on this one. Jake Ferguson does his job and distracts this defender, and Pickens just runs 27 out of the play. Now, this is what we were excited for, bringing George Pickens in, was having another down the field contested catch winning player to draw coverage off of CeeDee Lamb. And here it is in action. Beautiful stuff if you're a Cowboys fan. Would like to point out the excellent restraint from CeeDee Lamb not hitting the nose wipe after that great play. At this point in the game, CeeDee Lamb has faked the vertical route to run the crosser, faked the crosser to run the vertical route, and motioned inside to do the same thing. Not this time. This time, it's returned to the old ways. It's time for Mike McCarthy's beloved curl route. And it works. It's effective. It creates separation because it hasn't been the majority of the offense, because it's been set up, because we don't overuse it. It's absolutely gorgeous. This time, we've got CeeDee Lamb in the backfield. Come on to Turpin in the slot. Jake Ferguson out here. The Eagles will blitz, and they will be punished for it. Watch CeeDee Lamb motion to the bottom of your screen, placing himself in a very close split with Jake Ferguson. The Eagles blitz. Dak gets this ball off just in time, but watch how Jake Ferguson creates sort of a natural screen with his body, as CeeDee's already started to cut underneath here. Boom. Another big completion. Now you'll notice that another part of why this play comes open is because Terp is able to run off 33 here. Watch, as soon as CeeDee lines up out there, 8 has to run forward. He doesn't have, which is going to rob him of an angle to cut off the inside route. I was really impressed with Dak Prescott's performance in this one, and the O-line as well for the most part. This was one of the plays where they let pressure get through to him, Actually see that both ends get through. It's kind of funky because Tyler Smith appears to miss his assignment. I do wonder if this tight end was supposed to give him some chip help, because the angle he takes is a little harsher than it needs to be. And so by the time he gets there, it's just too late, and there's pressure in Dak's face. Tyler Guyton, he's fighting for his life out here. He's been playing a little bit better, but it's a lost rep, certainly. But watch Dak stay composed and deliver a strike to Jake Ferguson in a tight window. Another trip promotion, in case you missed it. I really think this tight end was supposed to chip on this guy, because Tyler Smith is already out of position when you look at the path that this defender is going to be able to take to Dak Prescott on this play action look. I really think Tyler Smith was expecting to meet this guy somewhere here after a little chip help. But it's kind of besides the point. Let's watch Dak play great. Pressure in his face, having to use his pocket presence and creativity to step up, deliver that strike to Jake Ferguson. This is the play right before half where the Cowboys were able to successfully get a small gain and stop the clock to set up an easy field goal. I really wanted to show it because I know that I'm not the only person with PTSD from that Niners game. Just a little slant from CD. But watch the urgency and the clear direction that these players have once the play is over to get set and spike that ball with a couple seconds left. CD's down. Boom. Everyone is running to position. Dak is commanding people to line up. The cameraman has to try and look at the clock. And they're already lined up. The ref touched the ball. They spike it. Nothing too complicated here, but we've seen the Cowboys mess it up before. I, for one, was really happy to see that things look a little bit cleaner on the procedural front with Brian Schottenheimer at the helm.